All right, guys, let's start out with the basics. How do I look? How do I sound?
Two choices, signing or signing.
All right. Is it time? Yes, it's time. Uh, Vito Fo? VFO. All right, so, all right, guys, I know it's been a while since I've done a live stream. I think it's been a week and a half, 2 weeks? Not even sure, actually. Uh, Probably don't even care at this point. I've been slowing down on a lot of shit just because I've been busy. I was busy at work last week, and then the week before that, I was busy at work, and last week I was just drained. So I just didn't feel like doing shit. So now that I'm back into it and I found my rhythm again, I'm gonna be doing live streams and videos, but I will be doing probably 4 live streams a week. That's 2 per channel. So I'm not gonna do double headers anymore. I'm going to be doing Angryprepper, I don't know, let's say Mondays and Wednesdays, and Angry Truth Tuesdays and Fridays, or Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? And Friday nights, being that it's summertime, I might be doing the occasional live stream downtown somewhere. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Other than that, guys, I'm not gonna overload myself like I did in the past. Some people will argue it's you need to push this to make money, but fuck the money. Money is not the money is good, but it's not everything. So that being said, I also want to focus on other things as well. I mean, that's the basis of it, guys. If I spread myself thin, or if I focus too much more on just Angry Truth, Angry Prepper doing double live streams, it fucking sucks. So anyway, let's get to it now. As per usual, guys, hit the thumbs up, whatever makes you happy, or the thumbs down. If you're still pissed at me from some shit I said 3 weeks ago, get the fuck over it, and hit the thumbs down or hit the thumbs up. You choose. Uh, right now, we have so much going on. Now, I know some of you were asking why I was so quiet. Like I said, I've been busy. And then I just went through like this shitty slump where I just didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to do a video. I didn't want to do a live stream. I didn't want to fucking talk to anyone. I just wanted to go to work out, and then go back to sleep. That was pretty much what I wanted to do. But like I said, I found my stride. So here we are. Now, a lot of you saw my video on the Great Depression, or the next Great Depression being a catastrophe. So, a lot of it, yes, might have been overblown, if you will. I might have over exaggerated a couple things. But when the Great Depression happened back in 1929, no one saw that coming, or a lot of people didn't see that coming. I don't want to say no one. A lot of people didn't see it coming, and they didn't imagine what would happen to America during those years of the Great Depression. So it's better to have some of these overblown ideas in your head, and if it happens, you were ready for it. And if it doesn't happen, you're like, all right, that wasn't too bad. Like the Trade Center, right? So the Trade Center happened because of lack of imagination, the lack of the U.S. military, U.S. government thinking that something like that can happen. There's no way people fly a plane into a building. That's preposterous. That's how fucking like white politicians talk. That's preposterous. Oh my god. And then what happened? Two motherfuckers went into a building. One went into the Pentagon. If you believe that one went into the Pentagon, I'm not going to get into that on here. I will get into that on my Angry Truth rabbit hole about the 9/11. But when I speak of 9/11, I speak of it as I experienced it. I don't sit there and start throwing conspiracy theories, though there was a lot of weird shit that day. But that's all I'm going to say about it. So, guys, with the lack of imagination, people are caught off guard. And I think that's been not just American history, but world history. Every, I would say, government or society or civilization didn't have the imagination to foresee their decline or their demise. Because they didn't have the imagination, it's why they fucking crumbled, right? So it's better for us to see what could be coming. If you understand what I mean, right? It's better to, and I'm not trying to what is that called? Fear-monger. I know a lot of people are thinking, oh my God, the fear-mongering is getting out of control. You know what it is, guys? It's not fear-mongering. The bottom line is there's so much shit happening. I would rather sit there and tell you how you should respond to it, and then you take it from there. And that's entirely up to you. Or getting it out there and letting you fucking decide what you want to do. But listen, guys, for those who think it's fear-mongering, it's only fear-mongering to those who are easily scared. That's what fear-mongering is. It took me a long time to figure that out, but fear-mongering is for the cowards. It's for those who just like, you know what? Oh, fuck this. Oh, that's impossible. That can never happen. Here we go. Right? Here we go. So, E-Ray Sirhead, like I said, I will get into that in my rabbit hole video. I'm not going to get into it there. There was some things about 9/11 that was just straight out weird. And it took people a long time to accept the bullshit with 9/11. And there is bullshit behind it. But like I said, I don't get into that on here. But the rabbit hole video, I'll get into it in a little bit. So keep your fucking panties on and keep your dislike to yourself. Or hit it again if you want. If you can hit it as many times as you want. I don't give a fuck. But some of you people need to stop being pussy. Stop hanging on every fucking word we say. All right? We're not fucking prophets. We're not telling the future. We're just saying what's on our mind and what we think is going to happen. If you sit there and you hang on our every word like a fucking vagina, then yes, you're going to get disappointed. But YouTubers are meant to say some wrong shit and some right shit, especially preppers. So stop with the fucking, oh my God, he said one wrong thing, I hate him. I will fucking scratch. Angryprepper from my mind. Grow the fuck up. Alright? That's one. So, being that fucking Mr. Sirhead or whatever his name got me into the mood. Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for that push. Back to the Great Depression, guys. So, the next one, like I said, it'll be the worst thing that happened to Earth. Now, we talk about the Great Depression here in the United States standpoint, but a Great Depression now would affect the Great Depression in 1929 affected the world, right? But we only know it as the United States, or when we talk about it, we focus on the United States. But when you Google or research, the Great Depression, you see that it affected the world. Some places fared better than others, and some places got hit as hard as we did, right? So, if it was to happen today, in 2021, that would be catastrophic, like I said in my video, because it would affect the world even worse. Worldwide, guys, we have way more people on this planet than we did in 1929. Truthful Trolls, man, thank you for the donation. As my wife says, I am here for entertainment, guys, right? So I am also here for entertainment. I'm here to show you guys how to prep. Listen, sidetracking again, because that's how live streams roll. When I do prepper videos, when we do prepper videos, everyone needs to realize that not everyone is into prepping. Some people like the entertainment value that I offer. Some people like the entertainment value Canadian Prepper offers, or Prepper Nurse One. There's entertainment to what we do, but we also like to show you guys how to do certain things. Now, prepper videos, guys, they score low on the on YouTube. Apparently now, if we're not talking about the end of society, everything else we talk about, like in learning how to prep, setting up the jackery, setting up your closet if you live in an apartment for an end of the world scenario, nobody wants to watch that shit. But Canadian Prepper, Prepper Nurse One, again, myself, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, NY Prepper, North Shore Preparedness, we still are going to do those prepper videos. And if 5,000 people watch it and 5,000 people get a kick out of it, guess what, guys? 5,000 motherfuckers learned something new. That's how we look at it. So, D14 Jab, thank you for the donation. And somebody else popped up. Oh, I got the last guy that popped up. Trolls, thank you, guys. So again, thank you for the donations. right? So, guys, this is what we and listen, we try to keep it entertaining because nobody wants to see a fucking YouTuber talk about prepping and sound like a fucking robot. You need to prepare or you will die. I am so boring. Look at my monotone voice. No one wants to hear that shit, right? You want to hear some good shit. We got shit going on every day all over the fucking world. And the last thing you need to be is looking at my live stream, for example, and me talking about gloom and doom and how you're going to die tomorrow. That's why I try to keep it funny. That's why I try to make you guys laugh. That's why some of the fucked up shit I say makes you guys laugh. Because that's what we want to, that's what we're trying to convey, is calming everybody down, but focusing on what we need to do. You can't fucking focus on shit when he's constantly scaring the shit out of people, right? So, and listen, guys, people do it all the time, right? Their YouTube channels are scared the shit out of you all the time. You're gonna die. Your dick's gonna fall off. You're gonna grow an extra nipple. All this fucking bullshit. If you take the jab, you're gonna fucking turn into a robot. All right? I mean, listen, guys, I get it, but and sometimes it might feel or seem like fear-mongering, but it isn't, right? And then sometimes it's just the truth, but some people are too scared to acknowledge that truth. So today's whiskey, if you will, is Beaver Kills Creamy Bourbon with maple syrup. This shit is awesome, guys. Awesome. So, if you guys are looking for a good, like, I guess after dinner bourbon or nighttime cap, if you will, that shit is pretty good. So somebody says I'm buffering, but as of right now, I'm not. I'm looking at my my iPad, and I'm not buffering on there, so it should be all right. Man, bear, pig. What do I feel about hipsters? You know what I feel about hipsters? Those fucking phonies. Those fucking assholes always running up and down the street with their fucking breakdancing and fried kale and acting like they're the coolest thing on the fucking planet. These motherfuckers. Fear-mongering like the guy from north of the border. Nice one, John. Yeah, but no. Humble line. Thank you for the donation. So, guys, again, fear-mongering, it's also how you perceive it. You could look at anybody's channel and be like, oh my God, they're fear-mongering. You know? You could look at a guy teaching you how to make a cheeseburger and go, oh, he's fear-mongering the vegans. Because the vegans are fucking scared and, carrying on and whatnot. You could fear-monger any channel if you are a pussy. If you are a giant vagina, you're going to be scared of everything. And everything's going to seem like fear-mongering, right? So for those of you that just look at the information as it is and you take it in and then you're like, all right, there might be some truth to this, there is some truth to this, but how are we going to handle it? That's what we do. So with the Great Depression that could be coming, guys, listen, a lot of you have been on here for a long fucking time. You know that the Great Depression's been coming forever, right? It can happen tomorrow, it can happen 5 years from now. Some people will sit there and say, we don't have 5 years. You know what I heard that? I heard that 5 years ago. I know that we're getting closer because we're looking at the stock market and we're scratching our heads and going, when the fuck is this bottom going to drop out? This bottom drops out for us, we're fucked. You could be prepared as you want. When this depression happens, it's going to hurt everyone straight across the fucking board. Because you're going to know somebody that was hurt by this. You're going to know somebody who probably killed themselves over this. You're going to know people who were made homeless. You're going to know people that turned to crime. You're going to know people that fucking started doing illegal shit. That's how bad it's going to be, right? It's going to be worse than... I knew somebody who died from COVID. Six people are, replaced or displaced, sorry. It's going to be, the immediate dude. The guy down your block just started fucking turning tricks for his kids so that he can, make ends meet. Or the chick who's going to be selling fucking drugs just to make ends meet. You're going to see a lot of fucked up shit. And we're going to see way more shit because we are a desperate nation. We don't have the balls that the men in 1929 had. All the women in 1929 had. They had some big balls and they made some true sacrifices. Yes, some women, went to prostitution. Some guys left home, never came back, and went to start a new life somewhere else. Some. But nonetheless, a lot of guys hung in there, guys, and they fucking made it work. And they tried to make it work. This day and age, we're so fucking frazzled and easily manipulated. People are gonna fucking end up in, I don't know, I mean, in bad situations. That's where they're gonna end up. So this next Great Depression that happens, it's something that we just need to be mindful of. We need to watch the stock market. And I'm not saying become a stock expert. I'm not sitting there going, learn the fucking thing. No, just pay attention to what's going on. Read some of the reports that's going on. Listen to when the bubble's gonna pop. And listen, according to a lot of YouTubers, the bubble's gonna pop tomorrow. So, take that again for what it's worth. I don't think the Great Depression, the next one's gonna happen tomorrow or the next day. I think it's gonna happen soon. But I also think that if certain things happen, we might be able to skate for another couple of years. So, and the problem with it, guys, is the further away we get from it happening today, if you will. So instead of it happening today and it happens 5 years from now, 5 years from now or 10 years from now is going to be dramatically more worse than it would have been if it happened today. Because we're going to undoubtedly have more people in this country in 10 years. In 5 years. We're going to have more people on this planet in 10 years. So it's just going to get extremely worse the more we prolong the bubble popping, if you will. So, enough about that depression shit. And I know some people are sitting here ready to eat their gun. Just kidding. But listen, guys, it's just something we need to stay abreast of and watch. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to sit there and be like, yo, get ready. You're going to die if you don't do this, and then put that shit in my fucking, my thumbnail. And then you're like, what am I going to die from? What? I got to click on this video. I'm not going to ever do that shit. Though sometimes, I do appreciate when other YouTubers do it. They'll say, if you don't get this, you're going to fucking, you're going to have a heart attack. You're like, what the fuck is it? What do I need? And then you click on the video and it's a fucking spork or some shit. You're like, motherfucker got me. So I do appreciate that sometimes, but, not all the times. And not saying all preppers are going to die if they don't, and then they leave you cliffhanging and shit, So it's, I think that's funny. Now, we're going to move on to something else. With the Great Depression, guys, what's going to wind up happening after the Great Depression is, again, this is me wargaming, if you will, spitballing or whatever you want to call it, robots. They're going to start using more robots. Now, robots right now are not adequate enough or intelligent enough or ergonomic enough to work in our environments. Not in every environment, that is. Not to be a waitress, not to drive a car, not to put out fires, not to be RoboCop, down the street fucking pulling bullets in dudes. Robots are not there yet, but they're getting close. We always watch these videos of robots jumping and shit like that, which is fucking insanely scary. But robots are going to be probably the outcome of the next Great Depression, because it's going to take nothing to put a robot in play. It's going to take nothing to make robots work, especially if you leave AI out of it. If you put AI in these robots and you give them some kind of a thought process, we'll be back in the same boat with no one wanting to work, because robots are like, fuck this, I'm not working either. So I mentioned robots because in the last, I'm going to say year, in the last year, we've seen nothing but military looking to use robots. Talk of robots replacing essential workers. Talks of robots or drones putting out fires. Right? Talk of self-driving vehicles. Right? Delivering stuff and dropping packages off. Sorry. Right? Having robots working the Amazon fucking shipping plant. So you no longer have humans, dealing with the boxes. It's all robots. Lego, for example, their factory in somebody's fucking country out there, Switzerland or some shit, their entire factory is automated. So there are no humans, it's only robots, right? And so some people think robots as in RoboCop, Terminator. No, guys, robots are also like those stupid machines rolling around with the one arm that fucking, pick shit, right? Robots, those are robots too. Self-driving cars are not technically robots, but I throw them in there in the category, right? They're working on self-driving cars. What do you think they're going to replace? Drivers. Elevators. Let's talk something simple. Elevators displaced or put out of work tens of thousands of men when the automatic elevator was invented. Invented. Right? So when elevators started stopping on their own floors, elevator men were out. Now, in the 80s, when I was a child, I saw a couple of elevators that had elevator men in them. A couple. I mean, maybe like as a kid, I remember maybe five or eight. And I remember the 5 or 8 because we went to them constantly. I don't know how many were throughout the city still left, but a lot of guys lost their jobs because of elevators. But now you enter robots into the workplace. You put a robot in an office, a desk office job, sitting there typing away. Because anybody can sit at a desk and type. You put a robot in there, that's all he has to do. Is type. The robot can learn to type code. There goes those guys, lost their job. The guy can go into the financial district, a robot can go in the financial district and do the same thing. There goes fucking workers in the financial districts. Creating more unemployment. Because maybe that's what they want. Joe Carpenter, or Jockender, whatever the hell your name is. Yes, most freight elevators are manned. I know that at construction sites, those elevators are manned as well. Yes, mister, I need a shave. I know that. I was going to shave and I was like, fuck that. Too tired. Not in the mood. No one really gives a shit if I shave or not. But you're right. I will be shaving in the next couple of days. Right? So, guys, firefighting. I saw a video of a drone pushing out some incredible water pressure from a hose. A drone elevates up to like the 6th, 7th floor and then shoots fucking water into the apartment, putting the fire out, most of it. The problem with those drones is that they can't get in there like we can, right? So, but it put most of the fire out. And you're like, holy shit, they better not start this shit, right? And if they want to use drones, why don't they use them at wildfires? Now, they can't use them at wildfires because of the heat pressure that's built or in a forest fire, where there's a lack of air where the drone can't push off of. So normally if a drone flies over, let's say, a huge house fire, as soon as it gets over the fire, it's not so much the heat that melts, it's the lack of air pressure in that area. And then the fucking drone drops into the fucking fire and burns and whatever. Right? So, using using drones to fight fires, I think is extremely bad because there might be a law to it. But again, when you get pussies in place, that's all they want to do. Guys, I love running into a fucking burning building. That's just what I like doing. That's my job. That's why I wanted to be a fireman. I wanted to be a fireman so I can run into burning fucking buildings. If I fucking see a robot at the fucking scene ready to go in, I'm dismantling it with the fucking Halligan. That's where it's going to go. And I'll take the fucking charges or whatever it is. Because you cannot have robots replace firemen or cops. It don't work that way. You can't even have fucking the robots replace military guys. It doesn't work. Military guys, firemen, cops, EMTs, doctors, nurses, they know how to make snap decisions on shit when something happens. Robots are following a program. They don't have a thought process. So when something happens, the robot will be like, right? And then fucking, it might have a meltdown. Whereas a doctor, for example, in a trauma room, sees a fucking bleed and then is trying to wonder why his heart's not beating again. Oh shit, his aorta was sliced through twice and not once. We have to fucking sew up the other side, right? Shit like that. So now, this is what robots are going. They want to replace us, and I really don't know why. Certain jobs I get, certain jobs I don't get. I don't understand. And listen, guys, I don't understand why there's such a push for them. Sophia the robot. I know a lot of you heard of this motherfucker. This fucking bitch is going into mass production. They're building more Sophia the robots. Why? First of all, it's not pretty to look at. It's fucking ugly. That's one. Two, I'm 1,000% sure she's fucking listening to this live stream now since her name was mentioned, because she is, if I'm not mistaken, an AI program. So she's a self-aware, self-learning robot. And now that she's going into mass production, that's bad. We don't need more. Listen, we saw a movie when we were kids. It was called Terminator. And Skynet built more robots and went into mass production and then took over and destroyed the world. It's pretty much where we're headed, right? And then you got nanotechnology. It's called gray goop. That's another fucking end of the world shit that they're worried about. Leaf, thank you for the. I hope I said your name right. Leaf, thank you for the donation. All right. So guys, what does it have to do with prepping? You better get your firearms, armor-piercing rounds, whatever the fuck you need, because I don't see this going in the right direction with robots, and it's going to create more unemployment. Somebody in the prepper community in the next 20 years could lose their job because of a robot. You need to be prepared for that, and you need to pivot, right? So keep that in mind, guys. Sometimes a bad outcome is years away or decades away. But nonetheless, it's good to look at the signs now and say, all right, in 10, 20 years, we might be faced with something we never thought about. And then it happens, and now you're like, holy shit, we were ready for this. We have enough this, we have enough that. We'll suffice. We'll do, right? But if you don't have an imagination, you're going to be caught by surprise with a lot of shit. So now, I thought I saw... No, Prepper 101, not the wife's apple pie. The wife's apple pie is really good, actually, once she makes it. But I have to twist her fucking arm to make it. So, but nonetheless, it's really good. Jory, I don't know if it depends. Listen, depends on what the robot's made out of, guys. That's the other thing too. Titanium robots, steel. I mean, steel is a lot heavier, so they might not want to go with that. But when motherfuckers start blasting them with shotguns off their doorstep, they might want to make them out of something tougher. The science community just learned how to bend metal easily with nanoparticles. So, like the T-1000, right, in Terminator 2, that was liquid metal. In the last terrible Terminator movie that was out, was it not Salvation, the terrible one, where that was nanoparticles. So the robot was made out of nanoparticles. If you look at nanotechnology, guys, and you follow it closely, we are absolutely headed towards some shit you don't want to fucking deal with or don't want to see. Matter of fact, you have to kill it with fire because it's just getting out of control with the technology and the major jumps we're making. And the nanoparticle metal bending, I guess, discovery, if you will, that's pause for concern because what can they do with that? They can do a lot with that, guys. And yes, Chuck Norris Gun Club. Nanotechnology is very scary because nanotechnology can be the wild card in our demise because people don't see. If you don't know about nanotechnology, you need to study nanotechnology and you need to at least read up on it because some of the shit that they're doing is some very scary end of the world shit, or at the very least end of the human race kind of shit that if it gets out of control, we're fucked. Right? Because you can't fight nanoparticles, if you will, or nano robots. It doesn't work. It's just too small, you know? So, with that, guys, it's just something that you should make yourself aware of. That's all. Again, not fear-mongering. I don't want you to start peeing your fucking pants and be like, oh, he made me piss myself. I'm so scared. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying be fucking easy and learn about it. AI. You need to follow AI. So now I thought, again, growing up with futuristic movies, AI was once you put it online, it learned. Well, there are different levels of AI, apparently, right? So there's AI in YouTube, right? Google also has AI. So that's where the algorithm, it teaches itself bad words and who's bad and all this other bullshit. And then there's AI, right? There's self-aware robots like Sophia. Now, we saw this again in a movie. And in the movie, they always start out by saying the AI woke up and learned so fast. We didn't think it was going to go so fast and learn so much in such a little bit of time. Of course you didn't, dick. And that's how movies start out. And we're starting our society with that right now. AI learning too fast for scientists to control. And then what do you want to do? Hit the off switch? You don't think that this AI is disabling its fucking off switch? We are... I get the allure of wanting to learn how to build certain things. But at some point, you got to pull back and go, yo, what the fuck, right? This is not good. We shouldn't be dealing with this. But scientists are their own worst enemy. They're actually society's worst enemy. You know, they are just bad people because they like to do fucked up shit. Right? So, next subject we're going to talk about, we're at the half hour mark. We're probably going to talk about 2 more subjects. I'm not going to drag this shit out like I normally do too. I'm not going to sit there and go, okay, we got 15 minutes left. What else could we talk about? When I'm done, I'm done. Right? So, hurricane season, guys. Hurricane season started June 1st. Right? It always starts June 1st. And they went out, the science community, or the weather nerds, sorry. Blue Rose, thank you for the donation. The weather nerds went out to say that we're going to have more hurricanes this year than the previous year. Might be so, but then they say that again every year. So they get everybody on their toes. Oh shit, how many more hurricanes can we have? I think already there were 3 or 4 that formed, but didn't go anywhere. Right? So it's just something to be heads up about, being that it's hurricane season. Now, some of you live in Shotgun Alley, I like to call it, or Hurricane Alley, and you guys are constantly hit with hurricanes, Texas and Florida, right? Especially hurricanes that develop in the Gulf or come up into the Gulf, Louisiana, right? You guys, and then up the East Coast, up to about Virginia, right? Constantly hit, and then every now and again we get the curveball that goes all the way up the East Coast and hits fucking, New York to Maine. So it's something to be mindful of. D Diets, thank you for the donation. Right? So just something to be mindful of, guys. Hurricane season, it's the same fucking drill. Nothing has changed. You get prepared now. Don't wait till they fucking say Hurricane Dickface is coming towards Florida. Be prepared. Be prepared now so that you don't have to run to the supermarket. Nobody wants, in this day and age, guys, with this tension that America has, you do not need to be going to a fucking supermarket and wrestling with other people to get your supplies. Have your fucking supplies already. Right? Don't fucking be the guy at the last minute go, oh, I need a roll of duct tape. Have your fucking roll of duct tape and have your canned goods. That's what you need to be. You need to be squared away already. You don't need to wait, because here's the other problem too, and I've fallen victim to this. When people start to make a run on something, you feel like you got to get in there and go, and then as you're about to leave, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? You do a mental check. You're like, I got this, I got that, I don't need to fucking go to the store, right? So, and then sometimes you want to just top off what you normally have, your normal shit, so that you don't tap into your preps. There's also that thinking. Well, let me top off what I already have. And then you go to the supermarket, and now you're here in a fucking long-ass line, fighting with somebody, arguing with this guy, watching a fight 3 fucking cashiers down, You don't want to do all of that. Be fucking ready ahead of time. And so that you can avoid that shit and you can stay your fucking ass home. But if you are... if you're a glutton for punishment, then by all means, guys, go out and fucking and hit it. Category 6 are next. Thanks, Harp. Teresa said Category 6 are next. Probably so. Like I said, guys, and listen, the climate change thing, I do believe in climate change, but I think it's more natural. I think it's the Earth going through its natural change. To sit there and tell me climate change is caused by humans or cows, right? Because they're going after our food now. I think it's complete bullshit. Listen, first of all, anytime some asshole tells me, well, cows are adding, they are adding to the climate change, they're making the climate worse, you are a fucking complete dick-faced moron asshole if you believe fucking cows are the reason why climate is changing. You got fucking China and India alone that are pumping billions of tons of pollutant in the air every fucking year. But yet, motherfuckers like AOC and the rest of the fucking retarded political group out there are looking at cows and going, look at them. Those things over there, they're eating grass and they're farting. They gotta be fucking detrimental to society. We're gonna have to end those. We can't have that. Right? And then they try to do this stupid fucking study with a cow inside of a garage compared to a car in a garage, and that the cow is more deadly than a car. For you morons who think cows are the problem, do me a favor, go in your garage right now, turn your fucking car on, and be done with it. Because if you're that fucking stupid to think that a fucking that a fucking cow is our problem, you are a legitimate fucking idiot. Period. There's nothing else I can say about the idiocracy that we are fucking seeing. Because people don't want to look again at China and India. The United States is pumping tons and tons of pollutants into the air. The UK is pumping tons of shit. Certain countries in Africa are pumping tons of shit into the air. And we're looking at fucking cows. Guys, the simpletons that are out there are deadly. These are the same fucking assholes that think the vaccine is going to save planet Earth. These are the same assholes that think that electric cars are going to save this planet. People are just getting increasingly stupid because they want to sit here on TV and just say, oh man, that I believe Fauci. Fauci is right. Fauci hasn't gotten anything wrong. His email comes out. That turns into a fucking shit show. And I'm not going to discuss that. I'll discuss that on the Angry Truth, which I'll be doing tomorrow night, by the way. And in Fauci emails, he lied about everything. And when a lot of us knew he was lying, but yet they still want to believe him for some reason. The reason why people will hang on to Fauci and believe Fauci is because Fauci scared the fuck out of everyone. And once you scare idiots, guys, idiots will attach themselves to you. The idiots are like little babies. Little babies need to hold on to their parents or hold on to that trust, that person that's going to protect them, right? Little kids and little babies. That's what the idiots are today. They're like little babies and little kids hanging on to Fauci and saying, you know what? He might have lied, but he's our only hope. You know? Again, Fauci's another fucking bag of shit. He caused a lot of jobs to be lost because of his bullshit. Right? And so here we are, still some of us still believing in everything he says. Well, Fauci said, fuck Fauci. Fauci can eat a dick. Fauci can eat a dick with a spiked dildo going up his ass because he's a fucking piece of shit, and anybody that fucking believes in that bag of shit and the fucking shit that comes out of his mouth, you're a fucking asshole. That's it. You're just a fucking complete and utter idiot. This guy has emails out there saying that half the shit he was saying was a lie or he misrepresented. And yet here we are, and some of us still believing him. Motherfucking Trump said one thing, grab him by the pussy, and America lost its mind. Fauci sits there and lies to the American public outright, and people still love him. I don't know, guys. Gray Man Prepping, man. Thank you for the donation. By the way, guys, after this live stream, head over to Gray Man Prepping. He has a live stream at 10, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so listen, guys. The idiocy is getting so much worse. This critical race theory shit, which I'm going to talk about on the Angry Truth channel, is fucking bad, right? This new labeling of variants is bullshit. Well, we don't want to call it the Chinese virus, so let's call it COVID-19. And everywhere else that it pops up, we're going to give it fucking alphanumeric names. Echo, Delta, Alpha, Beta, Kappa. I'm like, really, dickface? I'm not doing that. I'm not calling fucking the UK variant Echo, whatever the fuck it is, or Delta. I'm calling it the UK variant. Because whenever they put the variant's new name, let's say Beta, well, this is variant Beta, they go, the variant that was found in Brazil. Motherfucker, call it the Brazilian variant then. So that you don't have to say all of that. But they're only saying this because the Chinese are in control. The Chinese are directing the narrative of what's going on in the world. The Chinese are controlling what's being said in the media all over the world. And no one realizes that. Only a small few of us. Chuck Norris's Gun Club, thank you for the donation. All right? So now, being that the Chinese, and the Chinese government, guys, I'm not talking about the Chinese people. The Chinese people have enough going on here in New York. They're getting their asses handed to them on a daily basis. So I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the Chinese government and how they are manipulating everything, and people are going along and going, okay, yeah, man, that's a good idea. Keep in mind, they are reaching in to our First Amendment, and we don't even realize it. If you look at movies that are Chinese supported or paid for. Sorry, right? Beware of those movies, because those movies will go out of their way to make Chinese always look like the hero, and they will make sure that you don't say anything that's offensive to the Chinese. Ever. If you make an offensive joke about the Chinese government has a lot to say. Keep in mind, the Chinese government treats their fucking citizens like shit. So the Chinese government can suck a big, fat horse dick. Right? So, again, guys, with the whole prepping, with the hurricane, with the robots, the fucking next Great Depression, there's a lot going on. We've also had numerous cyber attacks, and they seem to be getting worse. Now, I wasn't going to talk about that tonight, but I have a video coming out tomorrow morning. And it talks about the cyber attacks that are going on, and it's a quick video, and I'm not going to dive deep into it. You guys are all following what's going on. You guys know what's going on. So you guys just need a short version of what I'm saying. Chuck Norris's Gun Club, thank you again for the donation. Right? You guys know what's going on. And the cyber attacks are getting more frequent, and I think they're getting more brazen. And not that I think they are getting more brazen. So what does that mean, guys? We're watching these cyber attacks left and right. I think it's time for us to just start preparing more, or harder, or faster, paying attention, making sure your shit that's going to be run on batteries is fucking charged. Make sure your Jackery is charged, or whatever solar generator you have is charged. Make sure your little, solar panels and your devices are all charged and ready to rock and roll. Get yourself a rechargeable solar panel so you can charge your smaller devices, right? We're going to need that because, listen, just the fact that they're getting so brazen, and the crazy shit is, someone said, well, the attacks might be coming from the inside. Listen, I don't know if they're coming from the inside. I also don't know if they are letting this happen, because you're looking at these cyber attacks happen, and you got this big screen in front of you, and on the screen you're watching cyber attacks pop up, and here at the bottom is the power grid, United States power grid system. And they're watching this fucking attack get closer, and they're not doing a fucking thing. They're just sitting there going, man, it's getting kind of close to the power grid there. Are we going to do something about it? We're just going to wait till it happens. That's what the government seems like it's doing. It seems like they're just holding their dick in their hand and watching this shit fucking go. It's fucking enough. Guys, we can only be prepared so much. But there is a point to where we can be prepared till we are fucking blue in the face. There are so many curveballs with a disaster that it's hard to calculate what can happen, what might happen, what might not happen, right? That's the problem with these scenarios that are coming, especially these fucking cyber attacks. We could be preparing for a blackout, but then planes start falling out of the sky, right? Or they fucking go nuclear in a fucking nuclear power plant, even though a lot of them are shutting down in the United States. So many curveballs. We can only think of so much. But we also have to be ready to react to whatever might happen. I think, guys, we're going to be in for a bit of a fucking ride, man, for the next half of this year. Because, I mean, like the cyber attacks, everybody's just like, well, it is what it is. There's not much we can do. Yes, there is. You could make it tougher for hackers to hack into it. Because right now, the way I'm looking at a lot of the systems that are open, they have like an open door policy. Like, hey, come in here and hack our shit. Fuck everything up. Turn off grandma's fucking, oxygen machine. Turn off this guy's life support machine. That's pretty much what they're doing, instead of fucking doing something about it. So, hackers are becoming a constant problem. Whether that's us or Russia, guys, it doesn't fucking make a difference. People need to stop with it's the Russia, it's the Chinese, it's the US. Doesn't fucking matter, because it's going to affect us the fucking same no matter who does it. Alright, guys? That's the bottom line to it. Because I can care less. Not that I can care less. I get it. If Russia does it, we should fuck them up. If China does it, we should fuck them up. If the US does it, the people should fuck them up. But while you're fucking scrambling and getting your shit ready and protecting your family, it doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter, because now you're trying to make sure your family's safe. You're trying to make sure your shit's squared away. You're trying to make sure you don't have to run to the supermarket and get anything. You're going to be too preoccupied with making sure you and yours are squared away. So it fucking doesn't matter who does what. Maybe afterwards when the fucking smoke lifts, maybe. But at that moment, it doesn't fucking matter, right? If the Chinese or the Russians or the Iranians set off an EMP, it doesn't fucking matter. Because the only thing that matters is my family. And some of my friends. And maybe one or two of my neighbors. But that's it. That's all that matters. And that's all that matters in that moment during the duration of that event. Right? So again, guys, till you're blue in the face, doesn't fucking matter who does it. Just make sure you're ready for when it happens. Now, after it's said and done, then you can start pointing fingers. Right? But that again, that's you gotta wait till that's said and done. So, other than that, someone asked me about schools reopening in New York. I hope they do. These kids got to get back to school. Whoever asked that question, the kids got to get back to school. They can't be at home. Listen, guys, we are definitely... Listen, before COVID, American kids were turning into bitches. And keeping them home and beating them into submission with wear a mask, take the vaccine, wear a mask, take the vaccine, take the vaccine, wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart, don't touch your friend, don't cough on them. You are browbeating the shit out of these kids. You are turning them into one giant clump of tampons. These kids need to go to school. They need to get in the fucking fights. They need to get in the arguments. They don't need to get in the arguments via Zoom. That tough guy bullshit like some of the trolls on here do. They need to be at school learning and fighting. And yes, I know fighting is not, what you call it. But guys, we got to get back into... kids doing what we used to do when we were growing up. We got into fist fights and then we went and learned some shit. That's what needs to be done. But instead, kids are told not to fight. Don't fight. That's for cowards. Men don't fight. The fuck men don't fight. Men fucking fight. I don't know where this pussification of not fighting came from. I am a huge proponent of fucking fighting. All right? I'm 3 years old, and every now and again, I like to mix it up. Because that's what men do, and that's how men stayed men. They stayed men by doing manly shit. They didn't stay men by fucking staying at home and weaving a fucking sweater or some shit. And in the schools today, they're like, talk out your feelings. Tell Brian why you wanted to hit him. Fuck that. Punch Brian in his fucking vagina. And then call it a fucking day. Then pick him up off the ground and fucking, go be friends and play handball or some shit. But we don't do that anymore. We don't fucking fight. We're telling the kids, stay 6 feet apart. Keep your mask on. Don't do this. Don't do that. And the kids look defeated. They look like they fucking lost a fight that they weren't even in yet. So, there's just so much going on. What do you address and how do you address it? You got some people who actually have their head in the sand. They're like, fuck this. I don't want to deal with this shit. I'm putting my head in the sand. Boop. And then they're done. They don't want to fucking know about anything. They don't give a fuck if President Trump's in office, getting back in, out. They don't care. They don't care if fucking Joe Biden walks into the bathroom, think it's the Oval Office. They don't care. There are people out, and I get that ideology. I get that thinking. I understand why. But we can't do that. We are not afforded that, because if we put our head in the sand, the country that's already getting bad is going to be astronomically worse. Astronomically worse. It's going to be, the liberals today, guys, the liberals today and the LGBT pandering that's going on out here. I know a lot of you don't live in New York, but if you live in New York City, the LGBT Pride Month is fucking obnoxious. I'm so done with it. Everywhere you go, you turn, you're like, oh my God, there's a gay flag here. Oh my God, look at that guy. Is that a guy? Is that a girl? Why is he prancing? Holy shit. Oh my God, why does that guy have a dildo on his head like a unicorn? What the fuck's going on here? This is how obnoxious it is. It is so obnoxious, sometimes you go, I wonder if I'm gay. I wonder if I'm gay, because there's so much gay shit in the air, it's got to be affecting me. It's like COVID around here, So it's just, I am so done with New York City and its bullshit. You got Asian people getting their asses handed to them, and you got people videoing these Asian people getting their asses handed to them. Why aren't you jumping in there? Why aren't you getting your ass handed to you too? You should be in there fucking fighting, but instead you're sitting there videoing. And people rather video, but then, oh my God, God forbid you say anything against the gay community, you are an asshole. And guys, keep this in mind. This is for tomorrow's Angry Truth as well. The gay community is fractured in itself. They are not these unified people like they say they are. They're not. They're fucking absolutely fractured. Um, Dave Chappelle and Sticks and Stones, he said it best, right? Everybody doesn't really like everybody, but they sort of get along to get the message across. But behind closed door, they're motherfucking each other, right? And especially these, what are those kids? The non-binary assholes, those fucking sacks of shit that want us to change our vernacular for them. We have to change the way we speak because they want to be called us, they, and we. Those people are my new fucking hipsters. They are the fucking target right now. Because if a motherfucker walked up to me and I go, hey ma'am, what are you doing? I'm not a ma'am, I'm an us, bitch. If you got 5 motherfuckers in your head, I'll call you us. But until then, shut the fuck up, you're a chick. And you're a dude, and you're not an us, and you're not a we, and you're not they. Right? I'll call, it's an I, and whatever your fucking name is. And he, and him, and her. That's what the fuck you are. Right? So, and Southern Belle teacher said, Happy Pride Month. Listen, Pride Month is not even a fucking thing as far as I'm concerned. Please don't get me started on that shit. It's Pride Month is getting more attention than any other ethnic month out there. Black History Month doesn't even get a third of the attention that Pride is getting. Asian History Month, Native American and Indigenous People Month are not even getting a third of the attention that Pride has. Pride has it all. And it's just, it doesn't make sense that they got this attention. And every time I turn on the TV, guys, here in New York, it's either the fucking vaccine or Pride Month. And I'm pretty sure they're going to combine the two. It's just a matter of fucking time. You want to go to the Pride Parade? Get your vaccine. Ugh. Yo, Veterans Day, right? What about that? Veterans Day doesn't get that fucking attention. You know what doesn't get attention anymore? The Puerto Rican Day Parade. The Puerto Rican Day Parade, guys, was in fucking June, this month. You know why you don't hear about it? Because it got drowned out by the fucking rainbow flags and the dildo unicorns. That's why you don't fucking hear about it. So now here we are. I'm like, when's the Puerto Rican Day Parade happening? You have to look this shit up. Guys, obnoxious. And I'm going to get more into it, tomorrow night, rather. Sorry, on what you call it. But it's over the top. And listen, I'm not going to sit there and say, I don't have a problem with gay people, this and that. If you know me, you know where the fuck I stand. I'm not going to fucking give a disclaimer. Because everybody has to give a disclaimer now when they do something. Julio, thank you for the donation. Everybody has to give a disclaimer. Well, I don't have a problem with gay people, but no, I don't. But that's not the point. No disclaimers. If I talk about any group or race of people, I'm not giving a disclaimer anymore. Disclaimers are fucking stupid. I have black friends, but I don't think BLM, you don't have to give a disclaimer. Fuck them. Fuck trying to prove to people who you are. You know who the fuck you are. All right? You know exactly who you are. You know, for example, I will help out any fucking body. If it's a guy in a fucking dress pretending to be a woman, or it's a fucking crazy non-binary dick face, right? I'm helping those two out just the fucking same. I might throw a jab at the non-binary asshole, and purposely say she or, whatever, for no apparent reason, but I'm definitely still helping them out. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're still going to help people out. You can dislike people and still help them out. Believe it or not, guys, it works that way. You can tell people, you know what, fuck you and your cause. But if that person's in trouble, you're going to go and help them. Right? That's what the human race is supposed to do. We're supposed to disagree with other people. We're not supposed to love everyone. Listen, guys, leave it to the fucking, again, the gay community. Love is love bullshit. And we have to love everyone. No, the fuck we don't. We could hate whoever the fuck we want to hate. We can dislike who we want to dislike. But as long as that motherfucker's in trouble and you help him, that's all that matters. Because in the end, humans are bigger than your individual ideologies. Whether you're gay, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're fucking Chinese, right? Whether you're Jewish, none of that shit matters when you're helping somebody out. No fireman on this planet goes into an apartment, right, searching for fucking somebody during a fire, touches them and goes, oh my God, is that a Negro? And leaves them in the fire. They drag the motherfucker out. Whether they like black people or not, they're dragging them out. Right? Guy's gonna go in there, crawl around, and fucking pull out a dude, and the dude is fucking a she. He's not gonna sit there and go, well, put him back in. Don't work that way, guys. The human race was built on not getting along with everyone. If you think that you can get along with everyone, if you think you can get rid of hate, you are, repeat after me, a fucking asshole. Because you can never get rid of hate. You can't. There's no fucking way on this planet you get rid of it. There's no way that everybody is going to kumbaya and everything's going to be good. You are a psych patient if you believe in that bullshit. If you understand everybody, that's a different story. That's a different ball game altogether. You have to understand people, or you should try to understand people. You don't have to. You should try to understand them. And that's it. That's all that matters. Right? If asshole voted for fucking Biden, does it mean you're going to stop fucking talking to him? No, but people have. Liberals are the biggest offender of that. Oh, you voted for Trump? I'm not talking to you anymore. You voted for Trump? I'm divorcing you. You voted for Trump? I don't want to be friends. You're a fucking dick. You're an asshole for doing that. Right? So, whatever, man. Okay, James. Sorry for sidetrack. James, survivalism. Was that fight? Is that fight this weekend? Because I definitely want to pay for it and see it. But anyway, guys, sorry. You listen. I voted for Trump, and if you want to stop talking to me, you want to unfollow me, by the fuck all means, do it already. I don't care. But you have to be the bigger person. You can't fucking dislike somebody because they voted for somebody. You can't dislike somebody because they wear a fucking dress. You cannot like their practice. You can look at them and go, why the fuck you dress like that? Not that you can't like them, sorry. That you can't hate somebody or not want to help them. That's what I meant to say, right? You got to help everyone. I don't like a guy wearing a dress. I think that's stupid. I think a guy with a mustache or a goatee wearing a dress is fucking dumb. I think a guy complaining that the uniform at his job doesn't fit his non-binary bullshit and that he should be able to wear a dress, I think is fucking stupid. But if that same fucking asshole is burning in a fire or trapped or is down and out or needs your help, help him. Right? Simple as that. Help the fucking stupid asshole non-binary guy. Right? And make sure as you're helping him out, you're calling him he and him the entire time to piss him off. But nonetheless, you helped him out. Right? Like I said, guys, I watch people, fucking hate people for stupid shit. And I'm like, you hate this guy because he voted for Trump? That's dumb. You right? I mean, and even if you don't like somebody, fine, don't like him. But know that you're still going to help this guy if he needs it. Right? I don't know how that's a hard thing. I don't know how that's a hard thing to grasp. Some people it is. The Führer has returned. Thank you for the donation, man. Führer has returned. You know what, man? I hear what you're saying. And not that I don't agree with. I don't, because yes, there is a sinful part of pride. Not sinful, but there's a asinine, annoying part of pride, and then there's a part of pride that should be marched, right? So when we talk about the Pride Parade, like I said, I'll hit on it tomorrow night. There's one part of the Pride Parade, guys, where gay people should be walking down the street and fucking, look at me and, being presentable. But when you start adding banana hammocks and, again, the unicorn dildo or the fucking, I don't know. The sick shit you see at the Pride Parades all over America, it's bad. G-Man, thank you for calling me delusional. But when you talk to me, use big boy words. That means use a full sentence, dick face, and not just you're delusional. Because that is childish. So be a man and speak your big boy words. Anyway, like I said, guys, there's a part of pride that, like any parade, needs to be. And then there's another part of the pride that doesn't need to be. That whole kink shit that they talk about. The fucking people walking on with a collar and a leather gear with their ass hanging out, their fucking ass chaps. That doesn't need to be. And the worst part about that is they want kids to go to the Pride Parade and see that. And say that it's okay for kids to see kink. This is why I have a dislike for the LGBT community. Because as long as you stand for that, you're a fucking asshole. Again. Valente, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Yes, Valente, you're right. YouTube is getting out of fucking hand. YouTube's getting way the fuck out of hand. YouTube is like just deleting everyone. But that's the thing. YouTube is deleting everyone. They're deleting the left and the right. They whoop, right off the deep end. All right, guys. Again, I'm gonna touch more on that tomorrow with the whole the kink shit and the fucking the bullshit with parades. Now, listen, guys. We've all been to plenty of parades, and we've seen these parades, and you're like, oh, and none of them get out of hand. Why is that the only fucking parade that's allowed to get out of hand? Why is that the only parade that's allowed to have a guy with a banana hammock swinging his shit around in front of kids? Why is that fucking okay? And then they try to make the excuse that, well, kids shouldn't have to be sheltered from that. Really? They shouldn't have to be sheltered from that? But you want them to stay kids? It don't work that way, man. So now, and this is the segue into pedophilia. Like I said, I'm touching on that tomorrow. So G. Smith, have you grown up and used your big boy words? Or are you fucking crying into your pillow like a bitch? Please reply. You're probably not. You're probably crying right now. Probably shoving bonbons in your mouth and trying to choke on them. But anyway. Alright, guys. It is 10:01. Gray Man Prepping is on. I promised I would jump off. I'm going to jump off now. And probably jump on his his live stream. Ah, shit, really? I missed that fucking boxing match? God damn it. I wanted to see that shit. I wanted to see Logan Paul get his shit handed to him. Anyway, guys, thank you for following me tonight. Thank you for the donation. Mods, thank you for doing what you're doing. I appreciate you guys watching me tonight. Do me a favor, for those of you that didn't hit the like button or the thumbs down, whatever fucking gets you hot and heavy, do it. If you fucking hate me now because you think I don't like Pride, whatever, guys, I don't give a fuck. Just do something that helps the algorithm out. Other than that, guys, good night.